Okay,
Okay.
well, it's Saturday and the conference is over at Port Angeles Calvary Chapel. And how many women did you think were in attendance?
Yeah, it was a really sweet conference, and she probably had about 65 women or so that came. This was a different schedule than what we're usually accustomed to. She started this on Friday morning, so we had a Friday morning session, Friday evening, Saturday morning, and then both of the afternoons there was options for, some nature adventures, hiking to waterfalls, going to the lake, this and that. So it was really good. The theme was living with purpose, and I taught on Romans chapter 12 in 3 sessions. So,
Okay, all right. Well, it sounds great. And tomorrow I get to teach.
yes, you do. And they're actually really looking forward to that. They mentioned it several times.
Well,
So,
good. Okay, well, we're going to go and hang out at the Olympic National Forest something.
well, the visitor center, but then we're going to go up on the road called Hurricane Ridge. And what's significant about this is that we did this probably 38 years ago with our two little kids. I don't think we've gone up there since then. So, it's a viewpoint, and you can see Canada, you can see the Puget Sound, you can see the San Juan Islands. It should be fun.
Let's go.
All right.
All right, this is an update from the road. We finished up our time in Port Angeles.
Yep.
I taught on Sunday morning and taught a lesson on how not to drift away from the Lord and some of the areas where people are often tempted to kind of drift away by embracing a lie instead of the truth.
Right.
So we kind of talked about that. We didn't stick around a whole lot of time after the service because we had about 6 hours to get to where we are right now, which is just outside of Moses Lake, Washington. This was our nighttime stop. We're in an RV campground. And it was nice because the temperature difference was really something.
Yeah, it was. And it's nice to stop at an RV campground once in a while because we have power and we can refresh all of our electronics.
Yeah, it really is helpful. It was in the low 60s up at Port Angeles. And, and we were not accustomed to that because it's already been quite hot, where we live in southern Idaho. Well, now we're moving east, and as we've gotten onto the other side of Washington, the temperature has gone up. It was about 85 degrees when we got here last night. And when we reach our destination for tonight, it's supposed to be 102 in or near Great Falls, Montana. So anyway, we're going to be stopping tonight at a place where we will have power, so we'll be able to run our air conditioner, and that is a super big blessing.
We're back into summer.
Yeah, we are. Well, anyway, you have kind of an exciting announcement to make.
I really do, because the day that this video releases is the day that Amazon will release my new book. And I have a new book that I've written. It's called The Way of Wisdom, 31 Devotions Exploring Proverbs 31.
Now, somebody who's familiar with our website, might say, now, Sue, I saw a Bible study that you created on the Way of Wisdom.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Well, here's a little background of how it came about. A good friend of mine asked me to do a conference last fall on Proverbs 31. And I said, sure, how hard can that be? And I really got to developing the conference, and I liked the direction that the Lord was taking me. I did 3 sessions, and I finished that up, and I thought, you know what? This would be a really good Bible study. So I turned around, and for another local church, I did a 6-week Bible study on the same material. I called it the same thing, The Way of Wisdom. And I got done with that, and I thought, you know, I've got a good book on my hands.
So it really evolved over time.
It really did.
Yeah.
So this is 31 chapters, which is kind of handy because there are 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. It's not a commentary on the book of Proverbs, but I do lead us back to the beginning of Proverbs because of just the ancient wisdom and the thread. Proverbs 31 does not stand on its own. It really needs the support of the entire book.
Yeah.
And so this work would be very useful for someone who just wants to do a devotional book, because in the beginning I do make a suggestion. Perhaps you should read a chapter of Proverbs along with reading this book, because there's 31 in both of them. So it would be good for that. It would be good for book clubs, because my Bible study is a video and homework.
Yeah.
And that's not how book clubs operate.
Right.
They read a book and they come together and discuss.
Talk about it. Yeah.
So this is similar material that would be really good for a book club or just 2 friends over coffee. It would be great as gifts for young people, but as many of the women who have read my book and given a recommendation have said, I would put this book in the hands of any woman from age 16 to 100. It really does span the entire.
So how do I get a hold of it?
Okay, so today it is released on Amazon. You can just search for The Way of Wisdom or search for my name, Sue Laboutier, and you'll find it. It's my 2nd book on Amazon. Soon, hopefully by next week, it will be on our website as well.
Yeah, we'll get it on our website. We need to get home first to get that kind of put together. But anyway, we really encourage you to check it out. The Way of Wisdom, Sue's new book, being released today. So yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And we're going to be heading on down the road. As I said, we're heading into Montana next. And we're going to have some really beautiful scenery, which I will share with you in the next video. So we'll come back next time. And I promise that next time we will start to also address some of your Bible questions. We want to talk about the difference between forgiveness and restoration. And that's a big question in a lot of people's hearts. We're going to discuss that next time. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.